Okay, so I applied 2 coats of the base green color and I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're going to apply the texture part. And this is where we're going to be using the Colortex Mossy one-step textured finish. It's almost like a flex stone. And I'm just going to give it a couple of just see how it's kind of clumpy. That's the key. This isn't exactly the color of the final product, but I'm just giving it little dabs here and there. I'm not holding it down. I do want the texture to kind of clump on. And as you can see, it looks like moss. It's pretty cool stuff. As always, when spraying, especially, you want to be always in a ventilated area. The stuff is toxic, but very cool. So I'm going to now this stuff takes a while to dry. So I'm going to let this sit for probably a good 4 hours until I apply another coat. But before I let it dry, I'm going to hit it with just a tiny bit of urethane, just so that it kind of seals in the first coat. So that'll mix nicely with the texture, and basically we'll come back to this in a few hours, let it dry nicely, and we'll apply another coat. So while this is drying, I'm also going to hit it with a little bit of black. This is some flat black from Rust-Oleum, and flat's fine. What I like to do is I like to kind of turn the can over a little bit and just give it just a little spritz here and there. Just a little here and there, not too much, just a little speckling effect is what I want. That's fine. Okay, so I like to turn the can on the side or upside down. Gives it a nice drippy type of speckle. So now you can see by adding the flat black that the base color is actually changing to a darker green, which is where I want to be. But we're going to come back to that, and we're going to do this a few more times. Okay, so repeating the steps I have shown, this is what it looks like after about 3 coats. As you can see, it has a nice texture to it. That's what I was looking for. It has a roughness about it. I get questions like, does it affect the ball travel or the speed of the ball? To answer that, I don't notice any difference in speed whatsoever. But, you know, there are some real technical people out there. I don't know. Anyway, so I have the coating done. The texture is on. Now I'm going to give it a little more spritz of black. So I'm going to take the can once again. Make sure that the tip is somewhat clean, not like this one. What I like to do is I like to turn the can upside down like this. And that usually cleans it out. So now I'm going to get a little, just from really a distance of about, I don't know, 1.5 feet. And I'm just going to give it a little, just a little spritz. Not too much though, just a little. This is going to give it a little speckled look and add to the texture. Okay, so So now you can see some of the black on there, and it brings out some of the, you know, it's a bit of a contrast between the dark and the light green. It makes it look really good, in my opinion. And finally, I'm going to take the Krylon Clear, and I'm going to give it a nice coating, some good coverage. This is going to be your final seal. You want to make sure everything, everything's nice and sealed up. Okay, so let's speed ahead a little bit. I went and applied 3 more coats of the texture, and came out really cool. Has a nice look to it, nice color. But I want to add just a little tiny bit of dark green, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of spritz it on, just certain places, not concentrate in one area. Just kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of spritzing it, gives it that nice speckled look. Gives a nice speckled look to it. All right. So yeah, that looks good. Okay. So now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to spray one more thing that I think is going to be really cool if it works, and we're going to try it out. So let's let this dry a few, and I'll be back. Okay, so before I go ahead and apply the clear coat, I want to give it a shot of this stuff. Glow in the dark Rust-Oleum. Never used it before. Very curious. Let's try it out. I'm going to spray a coat of this on top. Let's see what happens. Alright, it goes on kind of clear, so that I like. This way it also brings out the colors underneath and doesn't hide anything. I'm going to let it dry once again, and hopefully all said and done, after you apply the clear coat, it should glow in the dark. Hey guys, so this is the last part. We finally finished all the layering of the texture, and now we applied some clear coat, and it looks really great. And now the last part, we're going to install it into the game. As you can see, here's the game, and here's the other side, and matches exactly. All right, so let's get this in the game.